I just got done loading in Elkhart, Indiana, and I'd like to talk a little bit about how to stay comfortable out on the road as a flatbed hotshot. So let's talk about it. Trying to stay comfortable in a hotshot is no easy task, but when you find the right setup for yourself, you become satisfied with what you've accomplished. So I have a few ways to recommend doing to stay as comfortable as possible out on the road for long periods of time. One of the problems I was having in my truck was trying to eliminate the cost of idling and all the maintenance that comes with that if you idle consistently, and not to mention cost. So I was looking around at all the various ways to add convenience and comfort, and it turned out there was no solution for me but to improvise. All the body shops that I had contacted said they would assist me with my issue, but at a hefty cost I wasn't willing to pay. They would attach a shell to the back of my truck and basically add a sleeper, but I then redirected to the resale of my truck once that time would come. It just didn't seem cost effective in my mind, so I had to find something different. So I decided to walk into the nearest Harbor Freight and just see what they had for me. I then realized to myself that I could get a generator as I was looking around the store. They had a few of them, and one caught my eye in particular, and it was the 3500 watt generator that they had in stock at the particular time I came in. So then once I purchased the generator at the Harbor Freight, I was thinking to myself where I'd mount this generator after I buy it. I then realized I could mount it to the tongue of my trailer if I moved the spare tires closer to the front of the tongue. This generator will run for about 10 hours with a 2-gallon gas capacity. So get yourself a gas can and you're good to go. This generator comes with all the ports necessary to simplify your life out on the road. It also comes with a display to indicate output to everything that is connected to it. The winter isn't much of an issue because you can basically go anywhere and pick up a heater that heats for less than 3,500 watts of power consumption. I just picked mine up at Walmart for less than $40. It seems to do the job as intended, and I am toasty inside my truck when it is hooked up and running. The summer, though, turned out to be more difficult than the winter, but I did find what I was looking for. I found a small AC unit that would fit in my truck easily and conveniently. This AC unit may not look like much, but I promise you it does the job better than I thought it would. This AC unit uses a high-efficiency miniature inverter air conditioner compressor and a high-efficiency fan system. It also has a display on the air outlet that shows the air temperature coming from the device, as well as different setting modes to enhance comfort. This AC unit comes with 2 separate pieces of ducting that inserts into a fabricated piece of plastic that latches to the back of the unit. This allows for exhaust air and intake air, and the ducting must be ran to the outside of the truck. Well, to achieve this, I had to fabricate a piece of foam that slides in my window with 2 hole cutouts. The unit must also be able to drain the condensation it creates. So they include a hose that attaches to the back of the device, and you can route this to the outside of the truck or inside a large container inside the truck. In my experience with the unit, it doesn't produce much condensation in a 10-hour break. Now to recap. Just getting a 3,500 watt generator and a little heater plus a small AC unit and you're good to go. And will serve you so well when it comes to downtime, maintenance, and plain comfort as a hotshot driver. Now, I'm not saying this is the most convenient way to do things, and it does become somewhat of a burden to hook all this stuff up all the time, But to me, it's worth it in my mind. Worth it when it comes to fuel burned and wear and tear on my truck that makes me money that I need to continue to run. Now, the generator will save you about $100 per week in diesel, assuming where you're located and what the gas prices are, and all the idle hours you put on your engine every 10-hour break or 34-hour reset. The generator, AC unit, and heater will pay for itself in 5 months. This option is one of the most cost-effective ways I've found out there to stay comfortable and have a peace of mind while out on the road. This setup will set you back about $1,900, but I assure you it's worth it if you consider it on the oil changes, fuel costs, DEF system repairs, if you need a battery charge out on the road, if your battery dies, power tools, etc. Now, as far as my bed setup in the truck, I basically have it positioned long ways and remove the passenger side seat. I built a frame out of wood with basic 2x4s and plywood lifted about 3 feet off the surface of the platform created for stability, and wrapped the wood in fabric to eliminate scuffs to the truck if I ever needed to remove it from my truck. Yes, this causes it to be difficult to access my glove compartment and in-cab air filter if I ever needed to replace it. But I created the bed in such a way that it is easy to unbolt and slide forward to access it for replacement. This was the most convenient way for me, in my opinion, because I'm able to fully stretch out long ways for just overall comfort instead of having to curl up at night or sleep at an angle. The bed was a twin memory foam mattress purchased at any Walmart, cut to size to have a perfect fit between the door and the center console. So this is my setup, and I hope it helps anyone looking to save on cost and be more comfortable out on the road. And if you guys have any better options, I'd like to know what that would be. So leave me a comment, give me a like, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.